What your death is. Sorry. My videos will start with like intros of music from like artists that I listen to. Like uh music is poetry. Poetries are like it's words from people's lives, stories, and when I hear these artists, I think about the wonderful people that God placed on earth to, I believe, speak on their behalf. Um, those who know. Um, yeah, I just wanted to come on and share some of my thoughts. There's so much changing in this world. It's crazy. Um, as we can see from evolution of time, from the first invention of the wheel, from cars to trains and airplanes, and just seeing how far we've come in the world together in the good and the bad, and putting the world with the spiritual and what God actually expects of us. It's a beautiful thing. I would say through my storm, through my trials and tribulations, though I know I'm still blessed, which is why I try to be thankful for the small things always. And I know that who I am is more important than what I have. And so I've been focusing on myself. I've been healing. I've been forgiving myself, forgiving others, releasing a lot of hurt, pain, betrayals, and not just from this lifetime, from many, many lifetimes. Uh, rebirth, carnation. The Bible speaks of it all, but today in the world, all we know is what we see, right? Well, how many times have you actually came into like near life death experiences or felt like you maybe have died and came back to life, but it was some sort of miracle, but science really don't know how to explain that other than calling it a medical miracle. But I like to say God. And I think in these instances of him sending us back here to learn lessons and receive kingdom blessings that we get to share with others throughout the earth's realm. We get to share our gifts, share our stories. I think that's what makes every individual beautiful because God is in everything. Like I have the ability to see God in everything, even the bad. And that's a powerful gift because some people don't know how to handle that. So they run to things of the world to bury themselves in it, to forget about what's going on internally and eternally. But God sat me down and he made me look hard in the mirror and not expect change from anyone, but change in myself. It's like I change and I can invoke change in those around me because I see everything as a lesson. It's more so what God is trying to teach me. Of course, I can learn a lot within the world, but in the world, we know things are fabricated. People lie. They bend the truth to their will instead of sticking strictly to God's truth. And then they use and manipulate God's word to fit their narrative. Like, you can't try to put God into your who, your what's, your whys, your when. It's taking accountability and knowing that it's God is expecting us to bend to His will, like run away from sins, say no to things that you know hurt others because you're trying to control the narrative instead of being a part of the narrative. It's like playing our parts. Everybody got a role, a part to play in this. No one's more important than the other. Like Donald Trump is president of the United States, but do I think he's more important than me? Fuck no. But I even appreciate his role in this because I know God is using him for whatever reason he's using him for. And I don't know Donald Trump personally. Like, I myself cannot formulate a valid opinion of who he is because I don't personally know him. I mean, yeah, I could go off what I see on the internet, or read what he says on the news. But I don't watch politics. I'm not saying I agree or disagree because I don't know anything about him. I don't watch. I don't get into politics. I don't get caught up in what's going on in the world. I am very aware of what's going on in the world because it's in the Bible. And if you read your word, you would know that everything exists in the physical because it existed in the spiritual first. But even like positions like doesn't matter. Like titles don't matter. What came first doesn't really matter. What matters is the power that holds. Like, what are we learning in this experience? How are we growing and changing with time? In time, when time really doesn't even exist. But I don't know what God has in store for Donald Trump on Judgment Day. Only God knows that. But that's why I focus on me. Not saying I don't care about other people and what's going on, but there's only so much that I can control. I know I can't control anything other than my own path, my decisions, my choices, um, my reactions, interactions, everything there is to do with me. I'm looking to control that. I am the only person I can control. And the same thing goes for everybody else. And I know a reason why God is wanting to use my voice is because I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, show myself, show my weak spots, my dark areas, but also allow my light to shine through that because I'm still human and I still need God. If I didn't, then I would have to be, God myself, in which I'm not. I'm just a representation of Him and what He expects us to be spiritually, like in the spirit, in the flesh, but in the spirit. And that's why I'm so forgiving. I forgive, but I never forget. So I mentioned to someone once that you hurt me, you'll never get the same version of me. It's impossible for you to expect that you'll get the same version of me. Will I still respect you and treat you like a human being? Absolutely. But the moment that an individual gets disrespectful, I'm typically one that matches energy because it's like, hold up, now I haven't disrespected you. I'm trying to talk to you with decency, like you, with respect, as everyone should be, including children. Some want to argue with me on that. Like, what, children don't deserve the respect? They should just listen. And nope. Why? When we don't even listen or read or adhere to God's word, we make every excuse to run away from that to avoid listening. But when it comes to children, we just expect them to listen without being proactively good role models for them. Um, but yes, respect is huge to me. So my kind nature uh, is the epitome of God. You know, I always operate out of a place of love, always first. First. Now, I'm not perfect and I have a dark side, and I just know how to control it and operate a little bit differently. Me, I'm more of a you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you, but that's not right either. And I had to learn that the hard way. And so I'm learning to be a better me, apologizing to those that I've hurt, that I've wronged, because I'm huge on communication. I'm big about it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and it's treating others truly how you want to be treated. If you don't want someone cursing or talking down upon you or putting their hands on you or hitting you, then it's just like, why would you then do it? It's like you wouldn't want to be treated like that. So then why do you treat other people like that? Is it because you were treated like that? So you think that's normal and you think that that's your way of showing love, but it's a false identity of love, because love does not entail that. Love is patient, love is kind. God's love is, but if you're getting something that's opposite of that and the person is calling it love, then that's conditional love. That's love of the world. That's love that comes with stipulations. That love with you got to prove yourself with for me. You got to jump through hoops. You kind of got to be this. Prove your loyalty. Prove your loyalty. And it's like a lot of us don't deserve loyalty to from anyone. Like we owe our loyalty and our faithfulness to God, our creator, and that's also treating his creation in the same way. Like us as human beings, we treat each other the way we want to be treated. It's like, and the state of the world is in, it's like a lot of people have to think that God hates us, but no, it's punishment. The same way your child gets out of line, your child does something that they're not supposed to do, they get what, punished by the parent. Now whatever your form of punishment is, that's between you and God. But as we become adults, we think, okay, well, I'm grown. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Oh, I can do this behind closed doors. No one's gonna find out. No one's. But you forget that God knows. He sees. Like he lives through us. So vicariously, he sees everything that we go through individually. He lives here on earth as well as in heaven. But that's another lesson for another time. But anyways, yes, when we get out of hand and we do things as adults, it's like, who do we have to answer to? Of course, we have the world, the law to answer to, but some people act like they don't fear that. And me, I'm wise enough to know that the government and everything tied to it was put in place for a reason. That's even it's in the Bible. Because can you imagine if we didn't have structure or discipline and people were really able to just do whatever they wanted, unrighteously speaking, there would be no law in place. So there would be no consequences for actions, which means there would be no fear. You feel like you could get away with whatever. Um, I'm wise enough to know that even God has it in place for a reason, because if not, then we'd probably still be in times of Genesis where God looked upon the earth and it was filled with violence and it was corrupt and men were evil. Like that's in our Bible. So it tells us about the world and what it was then compared to what it is now. And yes, it's still bad and crazy, but it's just a little bit more contained. It's like having, you got so much freedom, but not so much freedom. But In reality, you actually have all the freedom in the world. It's in our choices. That's why God gives us free will to make choices, and He's testing us to see if we're going to make the right or wrong decision. And based on the choice that you make, you have to essentially, you made your bed, lie in it, right? Um, and I had to learn all of that. And then that's when God started doing spiritual surgery on me, taking out a lot of old habits, ways, people, places, things. It's been a painful process, and it was painful, but it wasn't lonely because I always had God. God resides on the inside of me. God is always with me. Um, but in a physical, earthly sense, I was alone. Like outside of my children, maybe a friend, not many at all. I don't have many friends. No more than two, maybe. um, that I would consider like true friends. Yeah. Um, but I said that to say we have to earn the respect of our children in the same sense that we expect our children to respect us. Because respect is something that has to be taught, right? You can just say, oh, show respect to a baby. A baby's not going to know what respect is. It hears the word, but now you have to emulate what the meaning of that word is. But you can't be cursing at your children, calling them outside of their names, talking to them like real nasty. Like you you can't do that and then expect them to respect you in return. Like, what are you showing them? Oh, this, okay, I can force respect. I can scare and put fear into you to get respect out of you, but I can't. Yeah, that don't make sense. And then you wonder why your kids are the way that they are. Sorry, not sorry, but it's true. Um, sure, we can go into the genetics of it. We can go into the father's lineage and the mother's lineage and all of that, but ultimately, the environment too plays a part in how a child is raised. Um, we all have ears, eyes, nose, lips. We have these senses. God gave us these senses for a reason. Um, your mouth is to speak. It's also to taste. So it's always a give and take. Your ears can hear, but are you truly listening? Like, do you turn your ears on to actually listen, or do you just argue the point of being right to dominate rather than I don't know, set an example, but either way, all these different parts of our bodies have different functionalities. God gave it that way for many reasons, but because disrespect turns into violence, now we need doctors and surgeons to help save the lives of us, which God put them here to do. He put them here to heal us of our own mistakes, decisions, stupidity. I mean, it is true. I mean, do we die because they're putting things in the food and it's regulating our emotions, or are our emotions regulated because of our environment that we so sadly had to raise ourselves in? And it shaped us as individuals in every way. If you come into this world, you're being told, go to school, make something of yourself. And then on the other aspect, you have religion that kind of puts you in a box, confines you. But only God defines you. It's truly who you are in God that matters more than anything. Um, and that's why I've been so focused on getting myself together for Judgment Day. I realize it. My videos are more like rambles because these are just like some of my deepest, darkest thoughts that I'm sharing that I typically don't really share. Um, but I feel like someone needs to hear them because I know I'm not alone. I mean, I am only the only me, but feelings are universal. Even animals have feelings. And I think that's what it boils down to: love and hate. That's a feeling, and that's what God is whipping us into shape about. So that's it. I'm done rambling. But it was nice chatting with you guys. Bye, neighbors.